I think these two lines really kind of encapsulate what the song is about. It's a conversation between myself and said person. The conversation that one would have when kind of trying to convince the other person and also myself that this isn't working out anymore. We wrote that back in 2015. I was living in Los Angeles at the time. Me and a great friend of mine, Sean Tracy, we went to Berklee College of Music together. We met in 2008. We lived on the same dorm room floor. So we'd known each other for a while, and we started writing together. We were sitting there, and we would always just he'd pick up the guitar and start strumming some stuff. And it was another one such day, and I just started singing like a melody. I think it was the "It isn't true," that part. I just kind of hit that, and his eyes lit up. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." So we started building on that, and that lyric actually flowed just with the melody. Sometimes I'll write lyrics first and then put melody to it. Other times it'll just be gibberish and the melody and the lyric will follow. But this specific instance, that lyric and melody came together and it just happened. But that's what started off the thought process of this song. You know, and the way him and I write, it involves a lot of conversation, a lot of very intentional, deliberate conversation of why are we going to say this? Why are we even using this specific note or melody point over here? Probably 50 to 60% of the songwriting process for this song was those conversations. From It Isn't True, we came up with the first lyric, "Don't You Think We've Gone Too Far?" And as the minute we came up with that lyric, we were clear that the whole song had to be a conversation. So yeah, that's how that song was born. We took about 2 days to write it. We really toiled over every lyric to make sure every lyric made sense. The beginning of the second verse is, "I'm staring at my shoes right now, staring at the burn marks in my mother's floor." So the staring at my shoes right now is just a visual, you know, and that's not something I would say in a conversation. But if I was having a conversation with this person, I would probably, out of shame, just be looking at my feet, you know, which is something that we do a lot. I think Sean and I had some differences over because it's pretty ambiguous. It's not a specific line. But again, just to kind of further dig deep into the sentiment of the song. We wanted to make sure with this song that we started and finished the recording of it within 2 to 3 days, because we were in that space. Those conversations had really put me in that space and forced me to really dive into that set of emotions. So we wanted to stay there, because sometimes you lose that if you wait a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. You lose that emotional kind of engagement with yourself. So we wanted to stay there and just really optimize the fact that I was deep in this ocean of emotions. So I called up my friend Jake Sherman, who also went to Berklee with us, and he had an organ. It just swells here and there to almost be when you're having certain conversations, emotions flare up and they go away, and it's like an ebb and flow. And I didn't even actually really tell him that. He just kind of got it and he put it down. I was in India at the time. I sent him the track. He recorded organ, he sent me the files, and then we mixed it. I wanted to make sure we didn't add too much other elements to the song. I wanted to make sure we did that with this piece, where I didn't crowd it with other sonic elements or whatever that would almost kind of shroud the core emotion, you know? So kept it very minimal just so that the core emotion, the pain, could be front and center. And I think we've achieved that. It isn't true.